So hello, everybody, and we are so glad that you are here. Welcome to the official kickoff and launch for Black Professionals Month. So we are very glad that you're here, and right now it is my pleasure to introduce you to a good friend and with ICABA for a long time, and now a partner with Black Professionals, and that's PNC Bank, and they are being represented today by Cassandra Allen, and Cassandra Allen is the Asset Management Group Banker, Diversity and Inclusion Liaison for PNC Bank, and she's here with us today all the way from the Bahamas. So I am going to pull her up here and so that we can hear from Cassandra. And Cassandra, I am going to put you on screen and give me just a second. We'll have you here. And I also want to, Ross, I remind as you guys know, we've had some issues with a lot of our Caribbean partners in terms of with the damage from some of the storms and everything. So she's not able to be with us on video. So she's going to be talking, and we'll just put her picture on screen. So Cassandra, go right ahead.
Thanks, Jerome, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining us here this afternoon to kick off Black Professionals Month. As Jerome mentioned, my name is Cassandra Allen, and I'm a PNC private bank. We recently changed the name, banking advisor. We're excited to be a part of this inaugural Black Professionals Month event going on here. If you're not familiar with us, PNC Bank has been doing business since 1845. And our foundation was created in 1969 to strengthen and enrich the lives of our neighbors. We offer a wide range of services for all our customers, from individuals and small businesses to corporations and government entities. No matter how simple or complicated your needs are, we're sure to have the products, knowledge, resources necessary for your financial success. PNC is also proud to have engagement in our communities for decades, and we are continually enhancing our programs. And I'll share with you just a few highlights. One of the things we are most proud of is our outstanding CRA rating, which is our Community Reinvestment Act, which PNC has achieved since the exams began more than 40 years ago. PNC has long had a culture of diversity and inclusion and remains committed to strengthening and enriching the communities where we live and work, including low and moderate income communities. In addition to our CRA ratings, this commitment comes to life in a variety of ways, including community benefits plan developed in connection with the recent approval and closing of PNC's acquisition of BBVA USA to provide $88 billion in loans, investments, and other financial support that will benefit low and moderate income individuals and communities, people of color, and other underserved individual communities in PNC's existing markets, and those that the bank will expand into through the acquisition over a 4-year period from January 1 of 2022 through December 31st, 2025. This commitment includes $47 billion in home lending, $26.5 billion in small business lending, and $14.5 billion in community development financing. This is inclusive of a $1.5 billion commitment to help combat systemic racism and support economic empowerment of Black Americans and low and moderate income communities. PNC Grow Up Grade, our $500 million bilingual early childhood education initiative that since 2004 has helped to better prepare diverse and underserved children from birth to age 5 for success in school and life. And in light of the current pandemic, we've pledged to provide $30 million to our communities in support of coronavirus relief efforts, primarily directed toward basic needs and hardship relief programs across the markets in which PNC operates. PNC regularly engages with stakeholders on environmental, social, and governance issues, actively manages environmental, human rights, and reputational risks in its lending portfolio, and demonstrates transparency across climate risk. At PNC Private Bank, the division I work in, we provide tailored investments, wealth planning, trust and estate administration, and credit and cash management services to high net worth individuals and families, and individuals. If you or someone you know could benefit from a conversation with us, we welcome the introduction. And with that, here's a video from PNC.
Make today a look for it after my meeting day. Make today a getting to know your neighbors day. Make today a the back roads day. Make today a speaking a universal language day. Make today a finding your forever home day. No matter the day, PNC has the financial tools and technology to help. PNC Bank. Make today the day.
Well, Cassandra, thank you so much. And I hope that that you have a good trip there in the Bahamas. You know, I really appreciate you being here, and the support you've had from PNC over the years is very committed to our community, and you've been a strong partner for a long time. At this particular point in time, I am really just excited to be able to say hello to everyone here. This is truly an occasion, and it's not just because Denise Kegler is here. It's also because Black Professionals Month is going on for the very first time. This is an inaugural launch of something that is a platform that is going to help Black professionals to collaborate, stronger collaborations, to help us to really be able to grow to the next level, C-suite, corporate boardrooms, and generate sustained wealth. And it is just so critically important. At this point, I want to turn this over to my partner, Denise, to make a few remarks, and then we're going to introduce the person that most of you probably came to hear.
That's right. They didn't necessarily come to hear us, Hutch, that's for sure. Hey, Hutch, I just want to point out, look at all these beautiful faces on this screen. I hope you guys are all looking at your beautiful faces. This is such an emotional time for Hutch and me for sure, and hopefully for all of you, because as Hutch said, we are on an unprecedented adventure. And this has definitely been an adventure, and one we cannot be more proud to be part of. So I'm going to keep my remarks short. I am really going to focus on thank yous. And first and foremost, thank you to my partner, my BPM co-founder, Hutch, for inviting me to take this leap of faith with him. I mean, I took a leap of faith when I left corporate after 25 years and started my own company in 2015. And I'm so excited to take this leap of faith with not only Hutch, but with all of you. And some other folks I want to thank broadly, our PR and social media marketing agency, Stylista Group and AMC PR. Thank you guys so much. Certainly our honorary chair, the guy you all came to see, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. Thank you so much. Dennis has just been fantastic in lending us so much of his support in making sure that this all comes off great. In addition to Dennis, making sure this all comes off great is our advisory board. And most of you, if not all of you, are on this meeting with us for this launch event. So the advisory board, thank you so much. Our sponsors, you heard from Cassandra, PNC, one of many companies who are joining this inaugural effort. These companies are absolutely letting us know, Hutch and me know, that they support this, that they're behind this 100%. And we could not be more pleased about that. And Hutch is going to go through that in more details. Our speakers, we have upwards of 40, 50, I've lost count, actually, Hutch knows for sure, but the speakers who are dedicating their time and talent and sharing all of that with all the attendees of Black Professionals Month, we are certainly very pleased about that. And I think I touched off sponsors, speakers, advisory board, our agencies, Hutch, Dr. Kimbrough. I just want to give a shout out. Hutch and I did Facebook Lives, a few of them leading up to this event. And we had actors, Patrick Fawcett and Dan Martin, host these lives with us and other folks. Larry Lundy, who's a sports marketing professional based in Dallas, and other people. So thanks out to those as well. Most of all, thank you to you. I'm ending with this. Thank you to all of you who have taken your time to be here, to join Black Professionals Month, the first time. Nothing like this has ever been done before. And you guys are part of it. You guys are part of history in the making. And I'm so proud to look at this screen and see all of you. And we hope that next year we can do some of this in person, Hallelujah to being able to do that, right? All right, I'm done. Thank you guys. Thank you. Hutch, back to you.
All right. So for those of you who know Dennis Kimbrough, no introduction is probably needed. But in the case you've been under a rock, just kidding, we're going to play a video. Dennis was inducted into the ICABA Global Hall of Fame in 2019 as one of our inaugural inductees. And whenever we get out of this pandemic, excuse me, we'll get a chance to do that. And I thought it would be appropriate to introduce Dennis using the introduction that we created for him for his induction. So,
you know, no dream, no vision will work if you don't work. You know, you got to place your dreams into action. The visionary doesn't go horizontal, spend time with those folks who don't believe, but who don't see. No, the visionary goes deeper and deeper into the dream. Why? Because the goal is to be certain in uncertain times.
Dr. Dennis Kimbrough is a best-selling author whose life work is to share his valuable knowledge to all races, socioeconomic levels, cultures, and beliefs. As an international speaker, he is considered an authority on leadership, wealth, and success. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough was born in New Jersey and received BA and MA degrees from the University of Oklahoma and his PhD from Northwestern University. Originally interested in international business, he studied the linkage between wealth and poverty in underdeveloped countries, but ultimately wanted to study individuals, wealthy African Americans in the United States.
When I got my PhD degree from Northwestern University, I wanted to find the answers to two questions. Question number one, why does one individual succeed while another fails? And question number two, why is one individual rich and wealthy while another is impoverished?
Dr. Kimbrough's passion is to
ladies and gentlemen, someone's telling me, I've got a note that you're not seeing the video. Well, guys, I'll tell you what, we would be doing something very special because the devil doesn't get busy for something that's not important. So bear with us. We're going to try this one more time. And I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to do the share one more time. And we'll pick up right where we were.
understand and share everything concerning wealth and poverty, particularly for Black Americans. He has successfully authored 5 books, the first of which was Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. Subsequently, he's produced one bestseller after another and is widely considered one of the most insightful and scholarly writers today. Dr. Kimbrough is an educator. As Director of Entrepreneurship at Clark Atlanta University, he created the groundbreaking Center for Entrepreneurship, the first of its kind at an historically Black college. One of his goals was to develop a wealth-creating class of Black Americans. Today, as a business professor, that mission continues.
You are here for a purpose. And again, I am not talking about religion. I am talking about success. What are the 2 greatest days of your life? Number 1, the day you were born, right? But number 2, the day you know why. And you're only here to make a difference. Number 1, you want to make a difference. Number 2, you want to make a difference with others who want to make a difference. Number 3, you want to make a difference with others who make a difference doing something that makes a difference. But number 4, you want to make a difference with others who want to make a difference doing something that makes a difference at a time when it makes all the difference in the world.
Dr. Kimbrough has appeared on major television and radio programs and been featured in global magazines, sharing the keys to success and achievement. A master trainer at the Napoleon Hill Foundation, his Fortune 500 client list speaks volumes about his appeal. As a leadership coach, his message throughout his work is that poverty and discrimination need not stifle a truly competent, motivated, and ambitious person. Among Dr. Kimbrough's many honors is the Dale Carnegie Personal Achievement Award and the Naylor Fitzhugh Award, emblematic of one of the top professors in the nation. His work has influenced readers from the streets of the world to the boardrooms of corporate giants. Dr. Kimbrough's faith is the foundation of his beliefs. He extols us all that we have the spiritual, legal, and social right to be or not to be. And further, we know that success is a marathon and not a sprint. Who are we? We are Black, and we are achievers.
You really don't need to hear the video twice because we actually have the real deal in the room with us. And so, Dr. Kimbrough, I am going to bring you up, and all these folks who are here to hear from you are going to get a chance to hear America's foremost thought leader on Black success and wealth. And I am looking for you here.
JK. While we're waiting for Dr. Kimbrough, let me say I did forget to thank a very, very important, let me get rid of this because you guys know I can't see. Those of you who know me know I can't see anything without these, but I do want to thank the group, a big group that has supported Black Professionals Month, because it certainly isn't just Hutch and me. We're the face of this, but there is a big group behind us and in front of us and beside us. I mentioned our agencies, PR and social media agencies. We have so many, though, volunteers who have spent so many hours supporting Black Professionals Month and making this kickoff happen. And we were working until late in the night last night, and they've been just fantastic. So to the group of volunteers, some of whom are in the meeting right now, thank you, because this could not happen without it. So there is a big team of people, well, big, that's relative, right? You guys are all representing different companies and organizations, but there is a strong, better than big, a strong team of people who are supporting Black Professionals Month weeks before, months before, and leading through the last day of October. So thank you guys, the volunteers. Okay, Hutch, you're back. You're muted, Hutch. You already talked. Oh, okay. Sorry, he's not ready yet. Okay.
Okay, I have Dennis, and so we'll have him on in just a sec. So, so guys, one of the things that happened, and this is actually probably a good problem, and that is that the response was overwhelming. And so for those of you who may have experienced this, and I know there are those of you on who did that, we had to redirect you from another account that we had set up to hold this, but because we needed bigger capacity, instead of using my account, we're using Denise's. And so I have someone else here who has been providing the link to this particular Zoom as people came on the other one and bringing them over. And some of you have gone through that, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So Dennis was in a hold pattern, and so we've got him now. I've sent him the link, and any moment he should be popping up, and we're going to get this going. But you know, guys, we were really hoping to get 100 people to show up for the kickoff, and we're sitting at 161. So I just want to say thank God for the blessing that you're here. This is just absolutely fantastic. You guys have exceeded our expectations, and so we're really happy about that, obviously. And so I am going to try Dennis again to see where he is in terms of the process of getting online, and we should have him on and going in just a minute. So, bear with me. You on?
Thank you for your patience, guys. I see Hutch is on mute, which means he's talking to Dennis. I do want to, as I have these moments, and everything happens for a reason, right? That's the saying, everything happens for a reason. Sometimes we don't know what that reason is until long after it happens. But the time, so I thank the volunteers. There's also staff who are working with Black Professionals Month with Hutch and me. So thank you to the entire team. I mean, you can't thank people enough for what they do, especially to bring something to fruition that has never been done before, because it's quite a task. And the fact that you guys are here carving out time on your very, very busy schedules means a lot to us. And we do not take it for granted. As Hutch said, we've exceeded expectations of folks who are here. And we hope that you guys will join the other programs we have lined up through the month of October. Several speakers are here in the meeting. We have some fantastic speakers lined up, ready to pour into you, into the attendees. So if you haven't already registered, please do. And we have more information about that coming up a little bit later.
I'm unmuted. Dennis should be. Dennis, are you on?
Let me also point out, I love that several of you have taken advantage of the chat and posted your information, because this is all about sharing, collaborating with each other. So please continue to do that. It's been fantastic to see so many of you posting in your information, what company you're oh, there we go. There we go. Okay.
How about it?
Yes, you are. We hear you, Dr. Kimbrough. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
How are you doing, Denise? Look at my name, Catherine Kimbrough. You can tell who's been on my system, man. You got to go ahead and change that name for me. I'm not messing with anything. Well, today is historic, man. Get excited. Folks walking in, what is this, midterm week? And actually, it is midterm week.
You're muted, Jerome. You're muted, Jerome.
So Dennis, everyone just finished watching your Hall of Fame induction video. So they know that you've got something to share that they want to hear. And
Okay.
vast majority of them knew that already, but there may have been one or two. I said there may be a few people that had never chance to hear you speak. You're in for a real treat. Guys, I want to just put it to you like this. Dennis is a researcher by really passion and training, but he's a author and also a speaker. What you may not know is that his latest book, The Wealth Choice, is the #1 book on Amazon for Black Americans today. So not only someone who's been doing this for a while, but he's also still very relevant. I often tell people that Dennis speaks with the command of a professor and a researcher, but with the passion of a Baptist preacher, which he also is as well. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, one of the people who I look up to with a tremendous amount of reverence and respect, and a good friend, Dr. Dennis P. Kimbrough.
Well, Hutch, thank you very much. And today is so historic. I had several times before he transitioned, I had an opportunity to meet Stephen Covey, Dr. Stephen Covey. And one time I met him and I asked him, I said, Dr. Covey, of the 7 habits, which one is most important? It's like asking, which one of your children do you love most? And he said, obviously, it's begin with the end in mind. And I got to give you the backflap story so everybody knows how this all came about. More than 3 years ago, Hutch brought me down to South Florida to speak to his organization. And after speaking, we got a chance to let our hair down up in our room. He had me in a suite. And it was that time, a little bit more than 3 years ago, he shared with me the vision that he not only had for ICABA, but just 36 months out. And here we are today. Now, there are many organizations on the hinterland that deal with various aspects of Black business, entrepreneurship, growth and development, social services, and business organizations. But really, this is the first one that is dealing specifically with Black professionals. And I don't care if you're a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, college professor, corporate climber, and the like. Everybody is looking for a success guide, and everybody is looking for a playbook. And I just want to say that through Denise and Hutch, now we have a playbook. And we can't just turn our back and say, hey, listen, do ABC, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, and it all came about. I can just imagine what it took for Hutch to get this off the ground. And so I'm gonna give praise and pat on the back and the flowers while they're due. And some of you have heard me say, you know, it takes 17 years to drive, 18 years to vote, 20 years to produce a decent bottle of scotch, 21 years to be classified as an adult. If you want to run for Congress, that takes 35 years. You want to run for president, that takes 42 years, 65 years to be classified as an adult and a retiree. But the way Hutch has gone about this and the tireless effort I mean, I receive phone calls from him all hours of the day. I can honestly stand here and say it takes a lifetime to produce another Jerome Hutchinson. So, brother, you have made it come to pass, and I salute you. I salute this August team, all the individuals you got on the Zoom call with you. And I just got to go ahead and get that off my chest. All right, let's go in. Let's dive on to this case study. 1967, a Black man by the name of Lloyd Ward. Who in the world was Lloyd Ward at the time? At the time, he was a graduating senior at Michigan State University, armed with dual degrees, engineering and business. And as any graduating senior at any college, he's looking for a job, looking for a job. And he goes to career planning and placement and signs up to be interviewed by one of the, Fortune recruiters coming through Michigan State School of Business at the time. And he goes for his 11 a.m. interview, and the recruiter didn't even know that he was Black. And once he saw that Lloyd Ward was African-American, what did he say to this senior? He said, "I'm sorry, young man, you're a little bit too early. Why don't you come back in 20 years? And with the grit, the determination, the perseverance of a Denise Kaler or Jerome Hutchinson or all the folks on this Zoom call, Lloyd Ward said to that recruiter, 'Sir, will that be in the morning or the afternoon?'" That is probably the best way that we can shape up what's going on right now. And again, I could care less your background, but we all need growth and development to get our numbers up. Since Fortune magazine kept tabs on CEOs back in 1970, more than 1,800 changes at that particular corner office level, only 19 have been African-American. I mean, and you compare that to what, less than 400,000, Black teachers in the United States. What do we have? Less than 150,000 Black engineers, only 75,000 Black doctors. What in the world are we talking about? 10, 15,000 Black dentists? We need a professional development. We need a playbook for the Black business class, and that's what Hutch has pulled together for us. Now, we come in many different sizes, many different shapes, many different skin tones, many different colors. I don't care if you're Black, blue Black, jet Black, light, bright. I mean, you tell me, Redbow, but Black professional to the bone. And who are we? Well, we're Black professionals and we are achievers. We're just looking for an opportunity and we're just looking for a chance. Who are we? We're Black professionals and we are achievers. We scale the highest heights, scale the highest mountains. We're visionaries, doers, believers, creators, builders. Who are we? We're Black professionals and we are achievers. Though many times we've been the last hired and the first fired, we know the meaning of a setback. We know the meaning of perseverance. We know a setback is a setup for a comeback. And now we are here to handle appointments by schedule only. Who are we? Well, we're Black professionals and we are achievers. So all I wanted to say in 1993, from 1993 to 1994, I was placing the finishing touches on my third book, What Makes the Great Great. And I knew that there was one section that I had an obvious gap. And I knew that I had to tap into the corporate climbers. I had interviewed athletes, I had interviewed peak performers, entrepreneurs coming from all walks of life. But I really wanted to wrap my mind around who makes it up to the corporate ladder and why. So I pulled together a survey and I threw it out and I contacted the Executive Leadership Council and through a gentleman by the name at that time, he was the CEO of the ELC, Carl Brooks. He said, "Come on, yeah, you can do it." So I surveyed the top 150 Blacks in corporate America. Now, go back to 1993, and you might recognize some of the names of the 150 that completed my, my survey, close to about 80 questions. Okay, so there was Dick Parsons, who became the CEO of Time Warner. I interviewed and I surveyed Stanley O'Neill from Merrill Lynch. Ann Fudge, she was the highest ranking Black female at General Foods at the time. Not only did I get a chance to survey her, she flew down from her Chicago office and she spoke to my MBA class. Had a great interview and a survey with Clarence Otis of Darden Restaurants. And what did I find out? What was the secret sauce that all these men and women shared? Well, number one, top of the list, they never settled for anything but excellence. Did you hear what I said? They never settled for anything but excellent. You do what you're supposed to do and you get a paycheck, but you go above and beyond what you're supposed to do and you get opportunity. And opportunity, that's where you go ahead and really grab the baton. And all we are looking for, all we are searching for is an opportunity to share our creative gifts and skills. So that's number one. You'll be judged today, and I could care less about the career field that you'll be in, but you'll be judged along the following three criteria. Number one, how well you can take a group of individuals, mold them, shape them, galvanize them, and move them towards a common objective. Number two, your commitment to the bottom line. And number three, your personal value set. Now, the last time I was on a Zoom call with ICABA, I told you your values is the hallmark of level 5 leadership. And you always see the fifth rung, level 5 leadership. Level number one, I got to follow you because you're my boss, you're my supervisor. But level 5 leadership, people will follow you for what you stand for. For what you stand for. So number one, staunch commitment to excellence. You've heard me say it before, average is the enemy to greatness. So number two, they were here to serve. Excellent sales skills, Q plus MA equals C. The quality of your service plus the quantity of your service plus the mental attitude in which it is rendered always equals compensation. I mean, these were forward-thinking individuals. They would never ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? No, they would ask the question, what problem were you born to, what problem were you born to solve? Because they know that an opportunity is nothing but an individual who's there to solve a particular problem. So excellent sales skills on top of that. But last but not least, which is what I really want to focus in on the time that we have. Number three, they always were in the correct vocation. That is 90% of the deal. Doing what you know that you can do in an excellent fashion, your particular area of excellence. And through that survey, with the top 150 Blacks in corporate America, that pointed me in the direction I connected the dots of the 7 criteria of the correct vocation. So number one, it's got to be self-chosen. You must choose it. Not your mother, not your father, not your high school guidance counselor, not your college professor. You must choose it. Number two, it's something that you're enthusiastic about. Passion is the key word. Number three, ample opportunity for moving up. I don't care if you work in the mailroom. But one day you got to be able to see that you're going to occupy the corner office with those 3 letters on that office, EVP, Executive Vice President. Ample opportunity for unlimited personal and professional growth. Number 4, you can't watch the clock in a level of compensation. What in the world does that mean, that you can't watch the clock? You can't trade hours for dollars. If you're in a job right now, you're in a position right now, and you feel every second of the day, what in the world is that? Well, that's stress. That's stress. That's heartbreak. That's drudgery. You can't do that because there's 2 types of income. There's real income and there's psychic income. Real income is what you're paid every other, twice a month, the 15th and the 30th, if you are a corporate climber. Real income is what you take to the marketplace in exchange for goods and services. Real income is what you deposit in the bank. So that's real income, but there's another type of income. And what is that? Well, that's psychic income. And what is psychic income? It's a handshake from your boss saying, you brought it in on time, under budget. It's what I gave to Hutch at the beginning of my remarks. I gave him some psychic income. Psychic income is, hey, you were #1 in sales this month, so you get your picture as soon as you walk into the building. Now, why is that critically important? Because in today's millennial creator economy, people will work twice as hard for psychic income as they ever will for real income. You doubt me? I mean, there's all types of studies out there with millennials. What's the one characteristic that a millennial wants in a job? They want to make an impact. They want to make an impact. They want to say, hey, hell of a job, give me a handshake. Everybody listen up. Hey, he's #1 in the division right now. So that is #4. You can't watch clock. Number 6, there must be some method to the madness. There must be some method to the madness. If you are doing what you are doing the same way that you've always been doing it, chances are it's being done wrong. You got to be able to scale your business. And what does that mean, scale your business? Part and parcel of scaling anything is best practices. It's best practices. I mean, we learned that from J.C. Penney. I mean, J.C. Penney, here he is back in the 1960s. He would go over to his #1 competitor, Walmart, and he would walk around Walmart, and anything that he could find that Walmart was doing different, Penny would say, and then how come we're not doing that right now? And Walmart was a struggling company at the time. We saw the same thing with Kmart and Target. CEOs of Kmart would walk up and down the aisles of Target, and here it is, Kmart at the time, before they went damn near bankrupt, they were leading Target at the time. Yet why come we're not doing that? The same thing with Burger King and McDonald's. You got to be able, that's what we mean by scaling your businesses, looking for those particular nuances and norms and mores where you could be doing it different. And then last but not least, what is your home field advantage? Always focus. Number 7, focus on your home field advantage. And what is your home field advantage? Do you even know it? Well, it's your area of excellence. It is your area of excellence. And here's the critical aspect of your area of excellence. Stick to your knitting. Now, I get phone calls all the time. Can Dr. Kimbrough speak on this? Can Dr. Kimbrough speak on that? If it's not within my purview, wealth, leadership, success, a lot of times I just defer. It's really not a good fit. Let me suggest somebody else for you. And you be the time, because we live in a perfect universe, Just the aspect, just the idea that you are ready to defer, that you are ready to bless somebody else in terms of referring that individual. In this particular circumstance, it will always come back to you. So there you are. And I would like, again, this is the playbook, and it begins now. Professional development for 1 month, for the entire month of October, through workshops, through professional development, through all types of speakers, completely virtual, remote. And yes, we're going to have a little entertainment, because we know you work hard and you got to play hard. This is where we need to be. And there's no telling where we will be after this month, after this quarter, after this year. So Hutch, I want to personally thank you and Denise for what you have done. I am excited about the future prospects of Professional Development Month. What's going through my mind right now, when I was thinking of it last night, man, we got to have Professional Development Month at the collegiate level, because my students need I'm glad that you got a 3.9 in accounting, and I'm glad that you're smacking econ and finance in the mouth, but everybody can use a little bit of professional development. Everybody could use a little bit of leadership training. And Hutch, I want to thank you for carrying the baton on. I don't know if we have time to open it up for Q&A, but here I am. Take your best shot.
Well, actually, we do. We did plug that into our time today. So, ladies and gentlemen, just raise your hand if you know how to use your. And I'm going to switch this over to the gallery view so that we can see more of you. And if you're raising your hand, knowing that you're looking to do something. And so, matter of fact, seeing that there's about 8 screens here, if you've got a question that you want to ask, why don't you just go ahead and unmute and ask your question, and we'll be polite and courteous to one another and won't try to step on each other. Okay? So I got 2 people raise their hands here. I see Odette, and so Odette, I'm going to unmute you, and let's go ahead and hear your question, Odette.
Hi, good morning or good afternoon. Thank you so much for putting this together, Mr. Hutchinson. Thank you so much, Dr. Kimbrough, excuse me. I always love the opportunity to hear from you, to read your research. My son was blessed to be in your class for his freshman year at Clark Atlanta. And so as you're speaking about collegiate development, collegiate personal and professional development, I work with young people, and my question to you is, what is the best means that you see to bridge our desire to develop young people with their desire to be developed by us?
Okay, so you're talking about bridging the gap between young. Well, one of the things that I try to do is expose them to as many game changers as I can. For those of you on this call, you may or may not know, my last class is always Take a Millionaire to Lunch. And if you can do it with Take a Millionaire to Lunch, I mean, you can bring anybody and expose them to anybody and everybody out there. And again, I'm blessed to be in Atlanta, so you have all types of peak performers and game changers in that area, in that area. But if you just step back on the clear light of day, you know, again, it's about making the impact. Again, it's about showing them, and I always say it to my students, what the first string, what the varsity looks like. So I'll be more than happy to talk to you off camera. You know, you can give me a call, and together I imagine we can come up with 50 million ideas in which you can do that.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next will be Tisha Hammond.
Hello and good afternoon from Detroit. Dr. Kimbrough.
What's going on, girl? All the way from Detroit.
Everything is beautiful. Thank you. Always a pleasure to be in your presence and to hear your encouragement. I would like you just to give us a couple thoughts about why enthusiasm and sharing success and wealth are important to you, and why you blend that into everything you say. Where did you get that from?
Well, you know, you don't become enthusiastic. Enthusiasm is the offspring, is the residue when you are completely engaged in your labor of love. When you are working full blast in your area of excellence, in your labor of love. And I did not say passion. You don't become successful because you're working in your passion. And you heard me say this 50 million times before. If I was working in my passion, I would be shortstop for the New York Yankees. I'm sorry, I don't have that skill. I don't have that talent. No, you become enthusiastic and you become good at what you do when you add value. But when you are completely engaged in your labor of love, that's when you're enthusiastic about what you're doing. Why? Because you know that it's a good fit. Because you know this is your area of excellence, this is your home field. Now, people say to me, oh man, you're passionate about this and your level of enthusiasm, because I always have a story to share that was a personal experience with me. Now, that story that I shared about Lloyd Ward, we had that conversation when we were in the hallway. He and I were both out in Palo Alto, California. We were about to speak to a bunch of MBA students at Stanford. And I was going to go first, and Lloyd was after me. And there I'm just sitting with him, and I just got completely engaged, and he shared that story with me. But we all have areas of interest in what we could be passionate about. I mean, that's why you are here. We are all originals, Sister T. I mean, you know, your Lord and Savior, you know, created an original. Unfortunately, the majority of us die as copies, man. You weren't here to be a copy of somebody else. You were here to show you unique skills and values and talents. That's where you see my level of enthusiasm. And what is enthusiasm? It is the God within. It is the God within. Great question.
Next one is from LaShawn. And well, LaShawn, got you unmuted. Go right ahead. Well,
Hi, good afternoon. Oh, this was such a refreshing conversation today. And I know with all of the challenges, that's usually when, you get the best nuggets. And so Dr. Kimbrough really learned a lot from you today. This is actually my first time hearing you speak. So this was really, great to, have an introduction of such a scale. As an entrepreneur and also adjunct professor, I always find that making an impact is very important. And, it's also very challenging too when you're, trying to push a business as well as, be a change agent for your students so that they can advocate for our better tomorrow. How do you, create opportunities for mentorship for, maybe students or also like, maybe other faculty or staff who are kind of looking to do some of the, great work that you're doing and in terms of mirroring, some of the things that you currently do?
Well, I don't really belong to any mentorship programs. Now I have, folks who mentor me. I always go back to the Napoleon Hill Foundation. And, I sort of lean towards what Carla Harris told me, highest ranking Black female for Morgan Stanley. She said, you need a mentor, you need an advisor, and you need a counselor. You need those particular three areas. Now, a mentor, is somebody, regardless of your career field, who, you admire and, you're willing to, not only listen to this individual, but, follow their advice and the like. Now, an advisor is someone who does work in your career field. Now, you say you're an adjunct professor, whatever school or institution where you teach, maybe your advisor might be a senior level faculty member, or maybe your advisor might be an administrator, at the school. So those particular aspects, we certainly need, and that's what I sort of lean towards and opt out. But yeah. One of the things that I do with my students, I have no problem giving my students my cell phone number. And I'm not worried about them abusing it or whatever, because I know this is a texting generation. And yeah, sure, I receive texts all hours of the night. I don't necessarily respond to them all hours of the night, but I just want to let them know that I care. The last time I got on the Zoom call with Hutch, I said, just like that Outback steak commercial where they said you can't fake steak. Well, look, damn it, you can't fake caring. And you go back to Maya Angelou, who said years from now, people may not remember what you said, they may not remember what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And just naturally, they'll feel connected with me. And I've had students say, Dr. Kimbrough, you're my mentor. I said, well, I'm a little bit more than your mentor. I'm your college professor. And if you got me for a lifetime. Right. Because I always receive phone calls. I always receive emails and LinkedIn from, students who I taught years ago. And that is the role. Now, before you and I finish this conversation, who in the world taught me that? There I am on another occasion. I went out to Stanford and I sat at the feet of Charles Benet. Who in the world is, Charles Benin. Who in the world is Charles Benin? Well, he was a professor at Stanford B School, his MBA entrepreneurship course that Phil Knight got the idea for Nike shoes. And there I am, I'm having lunch with him and I wanted to meet him. And then I asked him, I said, did you know that Phil Knight was going to hit a home run? He was going to become a billionaire and blah, blah, blah. And he said, I wasn't interested in that. I knew that Knight was always a good student, but I had one job and one job only. And I said, Dr. Benin, what was that job? He says, my job is to always enable the dreams of my students. And I have always taken that to heart. He told me that more than 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago. Only reason why you're here is the faculty. And, Du Bois is my idol, to enable the dreams of my students.
Thank you so
much. Take Dennis, and this one comes all the way from South Africa. And our advisory board members, we've told everyone that the Black Professionals Month is not just local, it's not just national, but it is global. So, Boosie, go right ahead. And
Well,
give her
thank you.
the, I'm still trying to learn how to pronounce your name, and I wasn't going to butcher it, so.
We like Boosie. We like Boosie.
It's perfect. You guys are doing so well. Thank you. Dr. Kimbrough, thank you. A great talk. So I run Black Women in the Workplace, and my other life is running a program, a BCom in Innovation and Entrepreneurship program in a private university. And there's always talk about how the young people are so different, and we have to approach them differently. I think you kind of touched on some of the answers in terms of making yourself available. But do you think they're different? Do you think there's a special way that we can reach them? Do you think they are faced with different challenges and therefore they're different, and there's a different way that we can engage them, and maybe some of the strategies that you use to get through to them?
Okay, Hutch, help me out, because she was dragging on my end at the last. Exactly, the question is, Hutch?
Okay, Boosie, I'm gonna ask you just to repeat the last piece of the question.
Oh, okay. So the last piece of the question was do you think that the youth today, the millennials, are different, that there's a different way that we need to engage them?
Oh, okay.
And what are the strategies that you are using?
Well, when you talk about this generation, highly entrepreneurial. Highly entrepreneurial. Now, the Kaufman Foundation, they came out with a study. Right now, you've got about maybe 3,000, well, you got close to 5,000 colleges and universities from NYU to the University of Hawaii. And you got close to 3,000 professors who teach entrepreneurship. At one time, I taught entrepreneurship. I don't teach anymore. I just focus on executive leadership and the like. But the fact of the matter is, the Kaufman Foundation came out with a study, and they said the overwhelming majority of these professors who teach entrepreneurship at the collegiate level are teaching it wrong. Now, why in the world they say that? Because the times have changed. You don't need a business plan today to go ahead and launch any type of entrepreneurial endeavor. Number one, as I said before, all you need is a smartphone and a point of view. All you need is a keyboard and a monitor. Why? Because, our world has gotten smaller. 8 billion people on the planet, 8 billion sets of ears and eyes and whatever that can hear about your product, that can hear about your service, that can hear about where you're going to be in the next 5 years. So begin to think at that level. And don't poo-poo any of their dreams, any ideas, because everybody's got to start someplace, and this is their someplace. But if you gauge a student at that particular level, I think it'll make a tremendous impact. And so many of them want to be entrepreneurs. And just last but not least, just be somewhat empathetic and see who they view. See all the individuals and the organizations that they hold in high esteem, and make sure that you embrace them at that particular level. One of the things that I've done in my class, okay, we are face to face, but there's still, a subculture in my class who like to meet virtually. So what did I do? I went to high flex remote. And what in the world is high flex remote? I divided the class in half. Whoever wants to be face-to-face, go ahead, come on in my class. Whoever wants to be remote, there you are. I'll go ahead and I'll be remote, whatever. Meet them wherever they are, because education is training. Students right now, they question everything. Okay, why do I have to take economics? And why do I got to take 2 sections of accounting? Okay, just tell me what I need to know. And that's where education is going. And you're going to either change or you're going to be changed by change.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kimbrough is going to present 4 times during the month of October during Black Professionals Month on Think and Grow Rich. So I know there's probably some more questions you'd like to ask, but now that you know that every Wednesday, starting on the 6th, that from 5 to 5:45, I believe. Is that right, Dennis?
5:30. I thought it was 5:30 to
5 to 5:45. 5 to 5:45.
Okay.
So he'll be speaking on Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, which is his best-selling book. And so we'll have a chance to get some more throughout the month of October. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready to wrap up. We got about 5 more minutes here. And there's a major announcement that is going to be made, and I'm going to be turning it over to Denise to make it. But before I do, I want to share something with you guys. And I want you to lean into this, because I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I'm real serious about this. And it's, you know, one of the things that my parents taught me was that we have everything that we need if we just use it.
Wow.
We have to value ourselves. We have to take the responsibility for the things that we do. I remember that when Nelson Mandela said, it's been written many times, we are the master of our fate, the captains of our soul. Years ago, when I was a college intern, I went and had a meeting with the late Congressman John Conyers. At that time, I was president of the college chapter of the University of Louisville, NAACP, and I was asking him to come speak about Dr. King's birthday. And he told me he wouldn't be able to make it, but he said something to me that I'll never forget. And he said, young man, if Black folks make Dr. King's birthday a holy day, we will never have to worry about white folks making it a holiday. Stop and think about that for a minute. The point of me bringing that up today is that we have an opportunity for Black Professionals Month to create something based on how we value it, based on how we participate. No one else has to do anything for us to make this anything that we need it to be, because we have all the talent, we have all the resources to make this everything that it needs to be able to communicate, connect, collaborate, convene, and create a trusted community of Black professionals worldwide. We have the technology to do it. We have the intellect to do it. The only thing that we have to do now is, just as they say with the Nike commercial, just do it, okay? So one of the things I want to say, I've been watching all of the chats, and everybody is connecting with everybody. Hey, you know, hit me up on LinkedIn. Guys, hit you up on the ICABA World Community. If you are serious about being a Black professional, being connected, and being empowered, then damn it, get on your own platform and do that. Yeah, I know I probably shouldn't have said, damn it, you know, but it came out anyway. But guys, we have to value ourselves, and we have to value those things that we are doing. So go to ICABAworldcommunity.com and join. Don't leave LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a lot of value, but we have to also have our own thing. And our own thing only has value when we show it. So we need you to join the ICABA World Community so that everybody here will still be able to stay connected. And that's what I'm going to leave with this. The reason we are doing Black Professionals Month right now is that what I'm about to say, everyone knows this. People come together and convene, gather, conference, convention, whatever you want to call it. And we get energized and we get fired up about what we want to do and how we're going to go do it. But then after we leave, wherever we convened and gathered, 2 weeks later, a month later, it's over. Nobody even remembers. It dies because there wasn't anything to sustain the communication and the connections that were made. Well, we have it now, and it's called ICABAworldcommunity.com. And this effort is not just a month, it's a movement. And it will be a movement because we're not just going to get stuck on October 1 to 31, but we're going to extend those relationships and move them somewhere where we can continue to communicate. We have mastermind groups. We've got Career Center where you can find jobs. We've got a business center where you can find contract opportunities. We're doing events. We're doing career, business, and lifestyle stuff. So you can't say, when people say, well, we can't find y'all. Well, you know what? That's what ICABA is for, is to help people to be able to find us who want to do business with us and who want to hire us. So I'm going to stop right there and get off of my soapbox. But guys, we have got to demonstrate self-love. We have to demonstrate priority for ourselves. I've heard so many times with people, well, you know what those other folks do? Well, stop telling me what somebody else does and just tell me what you're going to do to be committed. And it's each one commit to each other, and we can have anything that we want. We have so much talent in our community, not just in Florida, not just in the country, but all throughout the world. And guys, today is the time. This is not just a movement. The time has come, and you have to step up and get involved and make it happen. And we're here, to create the focus. We've created the platform. We just need for you to participate and activate the relationships, and it's all going to happen. So now I'm going to turn this over to Denise. She has a announcement for you to make this a little bit easier for you to be able to do this activation I just talked about.
Absolutely, Hutch. And I wrote down so many gems. Dr. Kimbrough, you dropped the mic. I mean, you dropped a lot of gems and then you dropped the mic. So hopefully you guys are probably all taking notes, but as Hutch said, come to Black Professionals Month and you can get more of those gems from Dr. Kimbrough. So thank you, Dr. Kimbrough, for dropping so many gems for all of us. So yes, so to come to Black Professionals Month, which obviously kicks off today, runs through October 31st. We've got tons of speakers and sessions, including workshops and panels and conferences. A lot of speakers are on this call today. So thank you, speakers. So we are offering, because you guys know that sales are great and no one says no to a sale. So we are offering a flash sale, a Black Professionals Month flash sale, because we really want you all to be able to come and to want to come. So here's a code. If you go to Black Professionals Month, and write this down now, if you go to blackprofessionalsmonth.com, you'll see the menu and there's a registration tab. If you click on registration, you'll get to a page and it lists the 3 registration levels: Day Pass, Leader Package, and Executive Package. The Day Pass allows you to go through the calendar, and there's a great calendar of activities on the website. You can go through and look at all the speakers and what we're going to be speaking about. And I say we because I'm doing a 4-part career advancement workshop series as part of my company, MDK Brand Management. But go through the calendar. If you want to get a day pass, maybe you don't want the whole month, pick a day that you want to come to. So that is normally a $49 cost. Now there's also a leader package, and here I am. And there's a leader package, which gives you the full month. So day pass, you pick one day, you can pick whatever, or you can buy multiple day passes. Or you can get the leader package, which gives you access to the entire month, but it's limited access because you don't get Dr. Kimbrough's 4-week workshop series, Think and Grow Rich, and you don't get my 4-week workshop series, BPM Mainstream to Top Tier. But you get everything else for the entire month, except for those 2, which are called premium programs. That is normally $99 for the entire month, except for those 2 programs. Or you can get the executive package, which most people have bought, actually. We've sold more executive packages than any of the other packages. That gives you the entire month, plus Dr. Kimbrough's 4-part series, Think and Grow Rich, and my 4-part series, BPM Mainstream to Top Tier, for the entire month. That is normally $199. Imagine that, $199 for all of those gems that Dr. Kimbrough dropped, and will drop many more of them, and all the other events we had. There are something like, and I'm probably going to not say this right, but like 60 plus sessions that we have planned throughout the entire month. But for the weekend, through the weekend only, through midnight Sunday, we are doing a flash sale of 40%. 40% off the day pass, the leader package, and the executive package, but only if you do it before midnight on Sunday. So there's a code, a coupon code. I know you guys know coupon codes. I know I do. So I'm not saying that all you maybe you have or haven't used them. I certainly have. I love coupon codes. BPM Flash, all caps, BPM Flash, FLASH 40, the number 40, BPM Flash 40 is your coupon code. Put that in at checkout. And then you'll see the total, because you still have to obviously buy it, but then you'll see the total go down 40% discount. So again, it's only good through the weekend. I hope you guys will take advantage of it. The programming my program starts tomorrow. So my 4-week BPM Mainstream, the top tier, starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. Saturday, is every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. And of course, you heard about Dr. Kimbrough's. But go on the calendar. If you're not sure, go on the website and just look at the calendar. You see here some of the other speakers scrolling through there. I just saw Precious just now, Precious Williams, one of our advisory board members and one of our key speakers. So that is my big announcement. And we really do hope to see you all tomorrow at my workshop. If you get an executive package, then you get me tomorrow. You get me tomorrow for 4 weeks. So hope to see you there. All right, Hutch, I'm good. Where did Hutch go?
I had to unmute. As a closing thought to everyone, any day pass that, or like, so for if you're like, hey, there's something happening on a day and I've got $49, okay, then a day pass will get you into any event that is happening on that specific day. So, if you decided that you wanted to get mainstream, which is only an executive package because you're not going to be able to do all 4 sessions or whatever, just wanted you to know that you can do that. But we know that the pricing is very, I should say, reasonable concerning what we're doing. But we also know there's a lot of things that are going on, and you've seen a lot of things are free. I will tell you, you just saw about 20 of our speakers. We have a total of 40. And we've had so many speakers coming on. There's more going on to the website, so you're going to be seeing more. Somebody raised their hand. Is there any questions about anything that you just heard from Denise, or anything real quick before we jump out of here?
Chuck, maybe you can share, will the sessions be recorded and will attendees have access to the recordings after the event? Maybe that'd be good to know. Yeah, great question, Cassandra. So yes, we're recording everything. And that's one of the reasons why, again, our ICABA World community is going to be so valuable, because we have a place where you'll be able to come into our mastermind groups, when we have one for the Black Professionals Month, and see that. And that will be the only place where you'll be able to see it. Other than that, or on MDK Brand Management with Denise. So yes, we are able to extend this beyond, again, October 1 through 31. But membership has its privileges.
It's a great question. Yes, so we will be recording the sessions. And we do have a few more minutes if anyone has any questions. We threw a lot at you guys over the last hour. But you guys have anything else you want to? Yeah.
Denise and somebody asked a question. Can the chat be forwarded to everyone? Because it's kind of hard to grab everybody's information, and it might close down once you end the call.
You know what? Normally we would, but you know what? I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to tell you why. Join the ICABA World community, and then you can find everybody that was here. Okay, so I'm just going to force you to do it. So sorry. I hope nobody gets mad at me about that. And I see my coach, he just reared back laughing at me. He probably said, "Go, Hutch, finally, you did it."
or well, that and join Black Professionals Month, and it will be a setup just like this on Zoom. You'll have more time to meet and greet and collaborate and share. It's a piece of information about your business, your professional climb, your advice, your counsel, your coaching, your whatever it is. You'll be able to do that with each other during Black Professionals Month, which is one of the benefits of being part of this inaugural program. Is it is about collaboration. It absolutely is about collaboration. Oh, I do want to say one thing, which is kudos to our PR and social media agency. Please do, if you haven't, if you're not part of our social media platforms, Twitter or Facebook, what else we have? Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, where we do have this information, but these guys, our team behind the scenes has been kicking butt with press. Media, I will say, media have been so supportive of Black Professionals Month. We have gotten so much great press, and it just shows you between our sponsors, the speakers, the media, shows you what we are all part of right now. We are on to something really great here. And as Hutch said, it isn't meant to be a 31-day in and out. It is meant to continue and build throughout the years, both through ICABA, through MDK Brand Management, even through all of your businesses. To that question, and I'm sorry I didn't see who was asking the question. It's a really good question because you want to make sure that you are staying in touch with each other, and that's what we want to make sure you do as well. The media have been supportive. We were a couple of the speakers, Nikki and Brianni, who were on the call. They're both speaking during Black Professionals Month on October 30th, the DEI conference. The three of us, Nikki, Brianni, and I were featured in Essence magazine, whenever that was. I can't remember, 2 or 3 days ago, maybe. We've been in Nashville on TV in Nashville, TV here in Boston, which is where I live, outside of Boston, and so many other places. So yeah, please, and share this information when you guys come across it, because it speaks to what the movement, this not being a month, but a movement, it speaks to the movement we are creating and you guys are all part of. So again, thank you for joining Hutch and me and the entire BPM team on this journey.
Yeah, guys, just so that you know, you can join the ICABA World community for free, just like you join LinkedIn. So I'm not pushing some money out of you, but I'm pushing something so that we can collaborate and get empowered and work together.
Yeah, that's important. That's important. And we're starting it now. We're starting it now. And you guys have been so engaged in this. So thank you for being here. I'm going to just close with something I opened with, Hutch, which is look at all these beautiful faces. It is so wonderful to see everyone here and joining forces and saying, we can do this. We are going to ignite change, the changes we need to see to increase the presence of Black professionals in key leadership positions. Some of the words, some of the stats that I've been seeing, that Hutch and I have been seeing about Black professionals and some of the struggles, some of the challenges and struggles we're facing. And which is why one of the reasons I joined Hutch on this journey when he asked me to is I started seeing some of the stats. I'm a former C-suite executive. And I got to tell you, when I looked at the statistics about how little progress, generally speaking, yes, there are some companies that have made progress. You probably work for a few, but generally speaking, we have not made much progress, which is why this type of platform is so important. And if you look at different statistics, it's anywhere between 3.2% and 5%. The percentage of senior and executive level roles that Black professionals currently occupy, which is just absurd and sad and just, I don't know, don't get me started because I get really mad, which is why this is so important, Okay.
Thank you for coming. We are just really excited to be here and really to be here to serve you. My title is Chief Servant Officer, and it's not by accident. We are here to serve you. And so we appreciate you being here, and we're looking forward to giving you great value throughout the month of October. Please tell somebody and bring a friend. We're looking forward to it. Thanks to everybody for being here. Thanks to our advisory board members. Thanks to our coaches, our sponsors. TD Bank, PNC Bank, and I know I probably shouldn't say both of them at the same time, so excuse me. But Meistertask and Young Brands and Tinsley Family Concessions and Miami Bayside Foundation.
Boston Chamber of Commerce.
And all the other folks there. So have a great Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we will see you tomorrow.
Soon. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kimbrough.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.